Hey guys, Larry here and welcome back to Follow Focus. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Kodak ColorPlus 200 speed film. It's a new film stock that I've been shooting with. I got it pretty cheap. I think it was $3.99 on B&H Photo or Adorama or somewhere like that. And I just had a couple of thoughts to add. Again, this is Follow Focus, so if you've already read the blog post that usually sits above this video, then you already know how I feel about it, what this is good for, and great ways to use it. But I have some extra tips or extra pieces of advice that I always offer in the video that follows the blog post. So the first thing I'm gonna say is this is probably the cheapest film that I've been able to get my hands on. I get it right now for $3.99 a roll. I have about 12 rolls right now. I believe in this film. Why do I believe in this film? Because this film is a cheap, or better to say, inexpensive film stock that has one characteristic that it actually does really, really well. And that characteristic is it pushes and warms up every single color on the spectrum that gets shot through this film. Reds, yellows, blue, or reds, oranges, browns, yellows do really well. But the cool colors as well feel warmer. It's just a little harder to notice. But if you shoot a blue, it'll feel like a warm blue. If you shoot a green, it'll feel like a warm green. So if you like a warmer aesthetic to your imagery, this is a great film for you. Unfortunately, if you don't like grain, this is not a great film for you. You'll have to push the colors in post. There is one tip about this film stock that I want to recommend to all photographers out there, but this is specifically for people who want to develop their film at home. If you're a home film photographer, if you have a C41 developing set ready to go, but you're practicing, so let's say you just invested in that kit, you're about to start developing your own film, I would say you want to get your hands on some inexpensive film, because until you know exactly your process, until you have your steps down, until you know exactly how to manipulate the water temperature surrounding your bath to make sure that all the chemicals are at the right temperature that they need to be at, hint, hint, I use a Nova precision cooker for that, but that's a later tip. Until you have your process down, you might be wasting film if you shoot with 400 speed professional film, cost you $14, $13 a roll, and you get it back and you've overdeveloped it or underdeveloped it or didn't do it just right. There goes 14 bucks, all those shots that you'll never get back because it's not digital. So get yourself a couple of rolls of cheap film, shoot them up, learn how to develop, get your timings down, get your process down, and then you'll have more confidence to go on and shoot stuff that's better, that's more expensive and that like that. I highly recommend it if you like warm looking colors. And also if you don't mind the graininess that comes in this, like if you actually like that nostalgic look, because everything that you'll shoot on this will feel like it came from 1990. Even if you shoot something modern, it'll instantly have extra warmth, but lots of grain, which will feel like old school photography in the first place. And if that's a look that you're going for, look for this film. You can get it for $3.99 a roll. Some places have it as high as $5 a roll. And I would say between that margin is pretty reasonable. Anything where it mathematically breaks down to more than $5.99 a roll, then you're probably overpaying and you can get it somewhere cheaper. This video was made in 2020, so whenever you see it, I don't know what the prices will be then, but I'm just saying that's the math comparatively for right now. So new photographers or photographers looking for great colors with 35mm film, this is a film stock that I love. I'm never gonna not be shooting this. I don't care how good I get, how much I love low grain, how much I love Portra 400 or any of the other big boy films out there. If you gave me a box of ColorPlus 200, I'd be the happiest person on earth, because I can't get enough of this film. I'm just walking around shooting nostalgia all day, and it just feels great. It looks great, and it just makes you smile when you see all the bright, warm colors. So if you got kids and they're in bright areas like playgrounds or inside McDonald's, or I know stuff has changed now, but don't get me wrong, if they're at a bounce house and if you're somewhere outside near a bunch of flowers or anything like that, this will give just that little extra enhancement of color where you'll just look like such a happy image. You just look at it and like, ah. So anyway, that's the extra stuff on Kodak ColorPlus 200. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching my Follow Focus. Again, Follow Focus is always content that I add in addition to the blog posts that I write that usually sit right above this video. But if you're not on the blog page watching this video, then you're probably watching it somewhere else, which means, hey, I also have this YouTube channel that I run where I'm doing content about photography, cinematography, video editing, image post-processing, all of that stuff. I love it. I can't get enough, and that's what I do. So if you like this, then follow the YouTube, or if you found me on YouTube, go check out the blog on photomelarry.com.